Hello guys and welcome here. My name is Yassine. In today's video we are going to cover the topic of the if function. So in this practice exercise we are going to create a table like this one where we're going to have a few students that will have a certain grade in math, English as well as science. The goal here is to have a random number, a random grade that will be generated with a certain function. And if that grade is greater than the passing grade that is right here, we want to have a pass message that appears here. And if not, it's gonna be fail. And each time that we refresh the page, the grades will change and the pass and fail will change as well. As you can see on this table right here. So how exactly we are going to create this little exercise? So pretty simple. What we're gonna do at first, so I'm just gonna delete this, and we can start the creation process of our little exercise. So first thing, we are going to require our names. So the names will be James, we have Jack, we have Max, we have Annie, and we have Marianne. And here, the next step will be to create the different disciplines in which the persons will be evaluated. So we are going to have math, we are going to have English, and finally we are going to have science. There we go. And here we need to have our grade as well as if it's a pass or a fail. So in this case, it's going to be either pass or fail, and then we can take it and copy it and paste it in all the cases. So here we go. Just did a little mistake. So there we go, like this. And now what we can do is simply taking all those elements right here and adding borders. So we're gonna go on borders and click on all borders. And here we go, just like that, we have our little table that has been created. The next thing that we are going to require is having our passing grade. So in my case, so we'll just write down passing grade right here. So in my case, I would like the passing grade to be 65%. So you can decide what percentage you want it to be. But in our case, let's say 65, and it's gonna be percent. So there we go. It's gonna be 0.65. There we go. So 65%. Here we go. So now we have it. It's gonna be 65%. So this would be our percentage. Now, the next thing that we are going to do, we need to generate random grades that will be in between 0 and 100. Once again, I want to make it as logical as possible, so our grades are going to be between 50 and 90, 95. Let's say the persons are really good at school. So to be able to write a random number, we are going to write down rand between. And here we want our grade to be between 50 and 95. And then we can run that function. As you can see here, it's 58. And each time that I refresh the page, it will change. Now, the only issue with this is that if I add the little percentage, what's going to happen is that it's going to be 6,800. So to be able to have a percentage, we will have to divide it by 100. So what we can do is simply take this formula that we have written and divide it by 100. And just like that, we are going to have a percentage that will make sense. Now we can just take all those percentages, copy them, and paste them pretty much everywhere inside of this table. Now the next step is working with our if function and making this table work. So if the person has a grade that is greater than 65%, we want it to be a pass. Otherwise, we want it to be a fail. So how exactly are we going to write this down? So it's pretty simple. We are going to start by writing an equal sign. And now, the first part of our if function is just writing down if. Now, the next step will be the logical test. So in this case, if this cell right here is greater than this cell right here, so this means that 65 will be greater, this will be a fail. So we're gonna go here and simply write down fail. And otherwise, it's going to be a pass. So if the grade is greater than the passing grade, it's gonna be a pass. Otherwise, it's gonna be a fail. So here we go. We can just run it just like this. Well, as you can see, I did a little mistake. It's important to add those little, not parentheses, but those little elements right here in front of our words. If not, we are going to have an error sign. So as you can see here, it's a pass. If I refresh it, it's a fail because it's 63. So once again, I'm gonna show you the formula again. So if my grade is smaller than the passing grade, it's gonna be a fail. If it's greater, it's gonna be a pass. Now another thing that will be important to add, we are going to add dollar signs right here because we want to lock this cell when we copy and paste it. So we're gonna go here and add a dollar sign, just like this, and then we can run our function. And as you can see, now we have a fully functional function. Now what we can do, instead of writing it down everywhere, we can just take it and drag it down here. And we can do the same thing over here. And now we can test our little table. So if we refresh it, as you can see, for James, for example, we know that James got 51 in math, so it's a fail. He got 57 in English, it's a fail. And he got 81 in science, so he passed his science class. So James, in this case, failed two things and passed one. So if we refresh it, now James passed math, failed English, and passed science as well. For, I don't know, Jack, for example, he passed math, English, and failed science. For Marianne, for example, she passed math, failed English, and passed science. So this is pretty much how we can work with the if function. So I hope you guys have liked this little exercise. So once again, if you like this practice exercise in this video, don't forget to leave a like, to subscribe, and see you in another of my videos.